So, like I said, at one of my schools, we did a classroom survey and we used about, gosh, I want to say 3,000. I analyzed about 3,000 of these surveys, and this is one of the questions I took from it, and I called this our student approval rating. And this is the percentage of class. We just asked them a simple yes or no question. Would you take another class from this teacher again? Yes or no. And I broke that down on a percentage line with my 19 teachers. Again, small school, 19 teachers. The median, 74%. Yes, I would take another class from these teachers again. And when I look at it for coaching purposes as an administrator, I know this top third, this 85 to 96%, I don't have to worry about these teachers. They're rock stars. I've just got to go around kissing their butts saying, do you need anything? Can I help you with anything? What can I do for you today? This middle third, they're okay from 67 to 80. They just need maybe a tip or two. Maybe how can we get students to really connect with you a little bit better? These teachers, the 34 to 62, these are the ones where I got to dive in and I got to say, look, we got a problem here and we got to fix it together. So, what are some of the problems you're having with relationships and students in your classroom, and how can we work on this together? And one of the first things we did is I looked at the qualitative, and we're going to talk about my fictitious teachers, Mr. Art and Mr. Math, who were laggards and were on the bottom of the bottom third, so to speak. And we're going to take a look at some of the responses students gave them in their evaluations. So, for Mr. Math, we asked the students, what is one thing you can do to help this teacher improve? And all the students had time to type in an answer. There were 700 answers because all of his class did these, and some of them made more than one comment. But the big one for Mr. Math that sticks out, and this is something that we do in teacher development, where we have a day where we sit with all this data, and I explain how teachers can look for patterns in these qualitative statements. But all of these jumped out in Mr. Math's evaluation, and what we said is, hey, after you look at all this, do you think the kids are trying to tell you something? Are there some changes you can make that might enhance the relationship you have with your students? Because they're trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you what they need, right? Slow down, speak more clearly, explain things better, give us more practice, slow down when explaining the lesson. So I think Mr. Math was a little shocked when he sees this, but one of the exercises I do is I take him through all of their qualitative statements, and there's hundreds of them, and we code them, positive themes, negative themes, and emerging themes. These are the things that you see coming up again and again and again. This is an emerging theme that Mr. Math could really take action on. And one of the things he could do is say, you know what, students, I read your evaluations, and I realize that I'm pushed for time. I have to get through all these state standards, but we're going to slow down a little bit because you guys are telling me you're not getting everything. The test scores verify this. So we're going to try and slow things down, and maybe he's going to put some video tutorials up. Maybe he's going to refer kids to the Khan Academy so they can cover some of the other standards. But Mr. Math really needs to let his students know that he is listening to their feedback.